So now we are done with the first package from the second box, and we can see that it started to get more shape. We have the red. You can see that we also have the wheel, the steering wheel, so we can move left, right. So yes, now it became to get bigger and bigger, more details, so it became to get the car. As we look up, this will be the back side and this will be the front side. The front side still looks like it hit a wall. It's quite inexpressive. The bottom looks kind of somehow, but now we are actually going to start working. So you can see also the details from the inside and the Ferrari wheel, steering wheel. So our next step, we're actually going to start to put some shape into the front of the car, not to look like a Persian cat that someone threw the door into her face. So now we're getting closer and closer to get it into shape, so we can see it's quite a big one. And this is it so far. So next step, we're starting to reconstruct the bottom part. So not the bottom, the front part, and actually give her some shape. So stay tuned for the next two bags in order to start giving her some form and bring the red back to her. So we finished the second bag from the second box. We have only one box left, and now actually I can say that voila, the car, it's even bigger because this time we made the front face. So now we can say it's a Ferrari, and it's quite a big one, because now you can see compared to me, that is quite some big stuff, like me sitting on a chair. So yeah, this is the baby, and it's almost done, the front part, but now we have to take a break from the front part, and from the next bag we'll be actually working on the back and finishing the back of the car, and most likely afterwards we'll be coming back and finalizing. But on the next bag we'll be more focusing on this area, and we'll start creating the roof, leaving the rest of it at the end. But still, now we can see why it is in his full length, probably with the back a little bit, but now actually it's one step closer, like I said, from the pumpkin into the carriage. Or to make another analogy, the ugly duckling is prepared to become a swan very soon. Now he just turned out from that black ugly duckling into a yellow one, but soon she will be the beautiful swan. You know, like seeing the prince and the frog and turn into a prince, this will turn into a masterpiece. And we can see that even from the front, it looks promising, because if you remember, we had just a little few and now we added extra, so it gained a little bit in length and it's big than ever. But soon we'll be also dealing with it, and hopefully it will be all done very soon. But yeah, just like I said, you need to love doing this in order to finish it, because it requires a lot of patience and a lot of passion. And looking at it growing and adding pieces day by day, it's quite some work for it. Actually, usually a car doesn't take me more than 1 day. Now it's, let's say, day 2 working on it, almost day 3. And yes, it's quite challenging, a lot of pieces, so, but it's worth it, worth the money, worth the time, worth everything. So see, that is going to become the swan. So yeah, we're on the right track. You can see details from inside, the truck in the front, the engine in the back, being a sport car. We have wheel, and we also can see, if we look very closer here, we have the speed monitor and control. So we're one step closer finishing this big baby, but it won't take that long, so stay tuned for next. Isn't she a beauty? And it's soon to be even beauty than this. But yes, it's one hell of a toy. So now we actually finished with the second box. The car's bottom, it's already done. So we can see the improvements. So in the upper part, let's say we made this part, which will be the front shield, and we also made the bottom part of the car, so we have actually a trunk that can be opened. So now we have it bottom as well, so it increases in size and also in width. So now we have a more realistic car. So, but we still can see that it's quite a huge one. But so far it's just like the duckling. It became from the ugly duckling, the black one, a yellow duckling, and the next step will be to become in its full size and actually become a swan or like a full carriage from a pumpkin. But so far it looks good. We see it, some details. We have the truck, but the back will also look even better. So 1/3 to go, and we'll be having this Daytona beauty in all its shape, all its forms. So we can see that it's actually looking nice even from here, and we also can see it's a big one. So compared to me, it's like even bigger than my shoulders wide. So yeah, we have a beauty soon to come. So our next steps now, it will be probably creating the inside of the car, the seats, the doors, and the final one actually dealing with the trunk, which is in the front, and attaching the wheels and the smallest finissage. But so far so good, and we are actually going to continue with the next steps. We only have 2 bags left in one box, the final one, and we'll have it in this full shape, so stay tuned.